An awesome drill that you can do is touch and goes. I did the same thing with releases and my shot trainer where I just pull back, I tap, I touch, acquire my peep. Pull back, tap, touch, look through my peep. Because those little drills are so important for coming to your anchor point and getting a feel for it even when you're not shooting. Because reps is what equals greatness, honestly. And when it comes to being a bow tech and learning how to do a center serving, only you getting numbers is going to make you good at doing center servings. And if you're only just going to do one and watch a YouTube video on how to do it and you do it one time, hopefully you did it right and hopefully it's tight and it doesn't change. But if you get reps in with these little techniques, you're going to actually do a better job for yourself when you're doing this at home. Now with center servings, the thing that gets people confused the most is the beginning of it and the end of it, because in between you're just spinning it around the string with the right tightness. But starting it and stopping it is where people start to get confused and mess up. So a great thing that you can do is figure out a way to where you can get a string, an old string, and it has good tension on it. I just use the press here and I kind of tighten it up with this little way that I tied it off. You can do the same thing with an old string and a nail and a ratchet strap in the garage. But get yourself a tight string like this so that you can practice. And now what you're going to do is you're going to just work on the start and the finish, but not making a serving this long to get there, because that's going to waste a lot of material and it's going to get your hand sore, for one, going that far, because the middle part is gravy. It's the start and the stop that you got to worry about. So for me, I'm going to do a serving this direction, and I want to spin this clockwise on this string, and I've got my string here on the top. I'm going to serve on the inside of this tail that I'm holding, and usually I'll check my tightness about here. So where I'm checking my tightness, and I want to be able to hold the string lightly and turn this server around without twisting the string. And I've done about 5 of those, so my tension's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tail, I'm going to lay it back on the inside, and I'm going to make sure that as I continue to serve here, that I'm serving down this tail and over the top of the tail. And I'll normally straighten it out like this as I'm going, and so you can see I'm just continuing that serve all the way around. Now after about 10 full wraps, I did 5 and then another 5, I'm going to pull that tail as tight as I can, and I'm just going to serve for a little bit. Another 1 or 2 times, then I'm going to stop, and you can grab that tail and you can just nip that tail off, because you've already practiced a start. Now we're going to practice the stop. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to pull some slack down here, maintaining my tension, never losing my tension here. And I'm going to hold that, and I'm going to bring this serving material to the top now, because it was on the bottom there. I'm going to bring it to the top here. And now I'm going to bring it on the inside, and I'm going to continue to wrap it clockwise, and it's going to serve itself towards where you just came from. And I'm going to do 12 wraps or so. I usually do anywhere from 10 to 13, probably, honestly. Then I'm going to lay this tail across, and I'm going to wrap really tight and hold it with my index finger. Make sure there's no slack. And as I'm doing this, I'm undoing it where I back served. Now, if you didn't back serve correctly, and if you kept serving on the same side of the string, then you wouldn't be able to do this without actually doing it here instead of undoing it here. So you can see, there we go, all that's out. Now I'm going to pull my slack out, pull it, and now in that 1 inch right there, I have practiced a start and a stop. And I can then go ahead and repeat, repeat, repeat. If you find yourself a little station like this and you do start and stops on serving and you can get them to where they're really tight, just like that, you can hear that little click. And if you can do 3 of those a night and do that for a few days, and then maybe for a few other nights work on repeating that on a D loop or little tied knocking points, these little details are going to make you so good. And trust me when I say 3 a night, it's going to go a long, long way, because for most people, that's how many times they would have done something like that probably in their lifetime. So doing little touch and goes is the name of the game for getting in the numbers in those reps.